At my daughter's first birthday party, my mother-in-law pulled me aside and said, "He's just not as into you as before." I thought it was just her being controlling until I found texts between her and his ex setting up secret reunions. My husband said, "It was just one lunch." I replied, and 47 messages. I sent screenshots to everyone who ever called me crazy. Then I changed my number, moved in with my sister, and watched from a distance as his family turned on him one by one. We threw a party for my daughter's first birthday last October. Just a small one, family, a few close friends, nothing fancy. We had it at our house in Dayton, Ohio. I baked the cake myself, set up balloons and little decorations from the Dollar Tree. My sister helped hang a banner across the fireplace that said, "Owen Ederful." It wasn't Pinterest perfect, but it was full of love. At least, that's what I thought. Jason, my husband, was quiet that day. Not outright rude, just distracted. I figured he was tired or maybe just annoyed with all the noise. He's always been a little withdrawn at big gatherings. But looking back, he barely made eye contact with me the whole day. I was refilling the punch when Cheryl, his mother, came over. She gave me this strange smile, like she knew something I didn't. Then she leaned in close and said in this soft voice, "He's just not as into you as before." She said it like she was commenting on the weather. Just dropped it and walked off. I stood there frozen. What the hell does that mean? I whispered to myself. But she didn't look back. She just kept walking like it was nothing. For a second, I thought maybe I misheard. But no, that's exactly what she said. Cheryl's never liked me. She's the kind of mom who thinks no woman is ever good enough for her son. She once told me I was too quiet and not assertive enough and that I should dress more like Jason's ex, Sarah. Yes, she actually said that out loud. Still, I tried to get along with her. For Jason. For our baby. But that day, something about her tone, it stuck in my head. I pushed it aside and made it through the party. Smiled for the pictures, passed out cupcakes, even laughed when my daughter smashed icing into her hair. But inside, I felt something twist. That night, after the house was quiet and the baby was finally asleep, Jason went to take a shower. I sat on the couch looking through pictures from the party. His phone buzzed next to me on the armrest. Normally, I wouldn't have touched it. But something about Cheryl's voice kept echoing in my head. I looked down. A message from an unsaved number. Just a heart emoji and, "When can I see you again?" My stomach dropped. I opened the thread. It was Sarah. His ex. The girl Cheryl always loved. The one Jason told me he hadn't seen in years. The one who randomly started liking his Instagram posts again after I gave birth. The texts weren't new. They went back months. Lunches. Coffee. One hotel stay. Jason telling her he missed how easy it used to be. Her saying she wanted to feel close to him again. And right there in the middle of it, messages from Cheryl. "She'll be out with the baby Saturday. I'll make sure Sarah can come in through the garage. Don't worry, I won't say a word." I still think you two made more sense. I didn't cry. I didn't throw the phone. I just sat there, numb, scrolling. When Jason came out of the shower, I held up his phone and asked, "Did you enjoy your lunch?" He looked confused. What? I clicked into the messages. Was this it? Just one lunch. He sat down slowly. It's not what you think. No? I asked. Because what I think is that you and your mother have been arranging secret meetings with your ex while I was at home changing diapers and wondering why you wouldn't touch me anymore. It was one time, he said. I swear. It didn't go that far. I scrolled all the way up and read the total. 47 messages, I said. And one hotel charge. That's a hell of a lunch. He tried to grab my hand. I pulled it back. Don't. I made a mistake. But it's not serious. I still love you. You don't betray someone you love. He stayed quiet. Then I said something I know hurt him. I want you out of this house. He tried to talk, tried to explain, but I was already packing a bag for me and our daughter. I texted my sister and asked if we could stay with her. She didn't even ask questions. Just said, come. Before I left, I sent screenshots to everyone in his family. His cousins, his aunts, even his coworkers' wives. The ones who called me sensitive. The ones who rolled their eyes when I said Cheryl was manipulative. I changed my number the next morning. The silence was loud at first. I kept checking my email, half expecting an apology. Or maybe a confession. But all I got were long, begging voicemails from Cheryl and one email from Jason that said, "We need to fix this." For the baby, I didn't respond. Over the next few weeks, things started to fall apart for him. One of the cousins I sent screenshots to forwarded everything to Jason's boss's wife. Small world. Jason's boss was a family friend. Word spread fast. He lost his job a month later. His family started calling me to say they were sorry. Sorry they didn't believe me. Sorry they thought I was dramatic. His cousin Erica sent me flowers and said, I always knew something was off about the way Cheryl clung to Sarah. I moved into my sister's basement for a while. Got a job at a little clinic part-time. Started putting myself back together. But I kept watching, quietly. I watched as Cheryl stopped posting pictures with Jason. Watched as Sarah stopped liking his posts. I saw Jason's Facebook go quiet. No more pictures. No more comments. I didn't say a word. I just kept the messages saved, just in case anyone ever called me crazy again. After a few weeks at my sister's house, I started sleeping better. My daughter was adjusting too. She stopped waking up crying in the middle of the night, which told me more than any words could. Even babies feel the tension in a house. Then one afternoon, while I was making lunch, I got a knock at the door. My sister peeked out the window, then turned to me with a tight jaw. It's him. I froze. Jason stood outside holding a bag of toys and a folder. My heart started pounding, but I opened the door. I didn't want a scene in front of my daughter. He looked worse than I expected. Unshaven, thinner, bags under his eyes. Can I talk to you? You've said enough, I replied. I just want to see her. I stepped outside and shut the door behind me. She's napping. And I don't trust you around her. I'm still her father. And I was still your wife when you were sneaking around with Sarah while our baby was teething. He looked down. I brought her some of her toys. And these are visitation papers. I took the folder. It was from a lawyer. So you're going legal now? I don't know what else to do. You won't talk to me. I shook my head. You had every chance. For months. We didn't say anything for a while. Then he said something I didn't expect. Sarah ghosted me. I blinked. What? She stopped replying. Said she didn't want to be part of this mess. She said I was confused, that I still loved you, and she wasn't going to be someone's escape route. I almost laughed. Even your mistress had more morals than you. He winced. Then he added, Mom's been staying at her sister's. Dad finally snapped at her. Said she ruined everything. Good. I wanted to say that out loud, but I bit it back. I know I messed up, he continued. I lost my job, my mom, Sarah, but I don't want to lose my daughter. I looked him right in the eye. You already did. He tried again, 2 days later. Came by with a stuffed elephant and a single flower. I didn't let him in. I passed the stuffed animal through the door and closed it again without a word. I gave the elephant to my daughter, but she threw it across the room. Kids know. Later that week, his sister reached out. I hadn't spoken to her in months. She used to call me too sensitive. This time, she wrote, I'm sorry. I didn't see it before. But I'm on your side now. He's not the man I thought he was. I wanted to believe her. But it was too late for apologies. Then came the twist I didn't expect. One night, while I was folding laundry, my phone lit up with a message from a number I didn't recognize. You don't know me, but I think I'm dating your husband. I sat down slowly. My hands started shaking again. I replied, ex-husband. Who are you? My name is Tori. I met him on Bumble. He told me he was separated, but still living with his daughter. I stared at the screen. He said you had issues. That you took the baby and ran. And there it was. He was doing it again. Already. Lying. Rewriting the story. I asked her to meet me for coffee. She agreed. The next day, I sat across from a 25-year-old woman with brown curls and a look of complete confusion on her face. He said you were cold, controlling, that you used your daughter to punish him. I handed her a printed stack of messages between him and Sarah, and Cheryl, and hotel receipts. Her eyes widened. Oh my God. I nodded. That's the man you're dating. She left in tears. But I wasn't done. I thought Tori would walk away and never look back. But 3 nights later, she messaged me again. Can we talk? There's something you need to know. We met at the same coffee shop. She looked different, angry this time, not just shocked. He didn't just lie to me, she said. He lied to everyone on that app. I found at least 3 other girls he's been messaging. All the same lines. My wife abandoned me. I'm just trying to be a good dad. I never stopped loving her, but she turned cold. I clenched my jaw. He's running a whole campaign. She nodded. Worse, he asked me to meet your daughter. Said it was time to blend our lives. My blood ran cold. He brought her up like he was some struggling, heartbroken dad trying to rebuild. But after everything he showed me, I knew it was all fake. I swallowed hard. He wants sympathy. And if he can't get it from his family, he'll get it from strangers. Then Tori reached into her bag and pulled out a small black USB stick. I recorded one of our conversations. He didn't know. He said your mental health was unstable. That you sabotaged his career out of jealousy. That your sister brainwashed you into leaving. I took the drive. I didn't cry. I didn't even shake. I just sat there stunned at how deep his lies ran. After she left, I played the audio in my car. It was his voice. Calm, low, rehearsed. She was always a little off. You know, after the baby, it got worse. She didn't want me anymore. She was cold, paranoid. I think she imagined this Sarah stuff. My mom tried to help, but OP just thought we were out to get her. That's why she left. She wanted to punish me. It was chilling how convincing he sounded. Like he believed it himself. I didn't sleep that night. I kept replaying those words. The next morning, I did what I should have done months earlier. I met with a lawyer. Not just to talk custody, but to build a full case. I gave them everything. The texts, the audio, the visitation request, and now, multiple new women he'd lied to about our marriage. The lawyer said, we're not just talking custody now. This could qualify as defamation and manipulation, especially with how he's involving your daughter. Then, another blow came from somewhere I didn't expect. Jason's dad. He showed up at my sister's doorstep with a thermos of coffee and an envelope. Can I talk to you for a minute? I let him in. My sister stayed close, listening from the hall. He sat down, looking ashamed. I didn't know. About Sarah. About the messages. Cheryl told me it was all blown out of proportion. I said nothing, just stared. He sighed. I told Cheryl to leave. I should have done it earlier. But I've been a coward. He slid the envelope across the table. What's this? I asked. Proof that Jason took money from our family business accounts. Transferred it into something under his name. Said it was to cover losses, but now I think it was part of all that sneaking around. Inside were bank records. Transfers. Jason's signature. He doesn't just lie to women, his father said. He lies to everyone. I added the documents to the growing folder I gave my lawyer. By now, Jason had no idea how much was building up behind him. I wasn't responding to his emails. I wasn't reacting to his social media posts where he played the part of the heartbroken dad. But I was watching every move. And when he filed his official request for shared custody, I had a response waiting. Not just from me. From every woman he lied to. From his father. From the files showing financial fraud. From the audio, the screenshots, the timeline. The moment he walked into that courtroom, he thought he was there to fight me. He didn't realize the walls were closing in from every direction. The courtroom was cold, neutral, but I felt like the air was burning through my skin. Jason walked in like he was still in control. He wore a blue dress shirt, no tie, and that same smirk he always used when he thought he could talk his way out of anything. His lawyer looked calm, too calm. They hadn't seen what I was bringing. The judge started with custody. Jason's lawyer painted him as a committed father. Mr. Baines only seeks time with his daughter. He's employed again, he has a stable home, and he's expressed deep concern over the lack of contact allowed by the mother. I didn't flinch. My lawyer stood. We'd like to enter additional evidence. The judge nodded. We submitted everything. The text messages with Sarah. The ones from Cheryl. The photos. The timeline. The statements from his cousin. And finally, the audio recording Tori gave me. Jason shifted in his seat. The courtroom was silent as his voice played through the speaker. She was always unstable, paranoid. My mom was just trying to help. Then my lawyer submitted the financial documents from Jason's dad. Fraud. Theft from his family's business. Funds used to book hotels under fake names. Lying on financial forms he submitted to the court just a week before. Jason's lawyer leaned over and started whispering fast. Jason's face turned red, then white. He looked back at me, probably for sympathy. But I didn't give it. I stood and spoke when the judge allowed. I gave this man everything. I raised our daughter while he lied to my face. He used his mother to sneak around. He built an entire life outside our marriage. Then he tried to erase me by telling strangers I was crazy. I've stayed silent for a year. Not anymore. Jason started to speak. The judge held up his hand. I've heard enough. He awarded me full physical and legal custody. Supervised visits only. Jason would need to attend parenting classes and submit to mental health evaluations before he'd even be considered for joint custody. But that wasn't the end. The judge referred his financial conduct to the DA's office. Said it appears to meet the standard for criminal investigation. Jason stood frozen as his lawyer packed up. I walked past him in the hallway without looking back. But just before I turned the corner, I stopped. I warned you, I said quietly. That one day, everything would come back. He didn't respond. He just leaned against the wall like he couldn't breathe. Cheryl called once. Just once. She left a voicemail that said, I never meant for this to happen. I was just trying to protect my son. I deleted it. Her son had to move back in with her 2 weeks later. Unemployed again. Facing charges. Friends ghosting him. Even Sarah blocked him after I sent her a full PDF copy of the court transcript. Tori moved out of state. She said Dayton was too small for that level of shame. Jason's father offered to help me set up a trust for my daughter with what was left from the business. He said he wanted her to grow up knowing not everyone in the family was weak. I didn't reply, but I didn't stop him. As for me, I got a job at a local school clinic. My daughter started saying full sentences. One night she said, "Mommy happy?" And I realized I was. I made mistakes too. I stayed silent too long. Let myself believe lies because I wanted the family I pictured so badly. But once I saw the truth, I faced it, and I burned the whole rotten thing to the ground. Some people ask if I'd ever take him back, for our daughter's sake. I laugh every time. She doesn't need a liar. She needs a mother who stands her ground. And now she has one.